Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, it's going absolutely flat on the day. As a matter of fact, we got a doji indecision candle right here on Apple. So Apple actually did nothing on Friday, even though this thing was all over the place, came down to this 5-day moving average, came slightly under, went back up 249.29, and finishing that day at 248.13, producing this doji indecision candle. So Apple, what's next? Well, next week we do have FOMC, so that's going to be a market moving event. And with this kind of move, yes, this thing can come down and cool off. Definitely. I mean, we never actually back tested this breakout here, which is going to be at 237. So I think at some point you're going to see at least a 10 $15 drop right here on Apple stock. When that's going to happen, I'm not saying that's going to happen next week, but there is a possibility that can happen very soon right here on Apple. Now, if you look at my screen, it's going up on really low volume, overstretched. I mean, this thing has got, nothing, nowhere to go, but then maybe come down and retest, giving us a nice opportunity to maybe swing trade or even a day trade if there is a pullback. To the upside, clear rejection at 250. Only if we can clear that, then watch out for 255. There will be strong support right here at 247.42, 5-day moving average. Underneath that level, you'll see a flash down to 245. And then we also have strong support at 242.73 on Apple. On Microsoft, it's down 0.5%, so it didn't actually go anywhere, even though back to back 2 days on Thursday session and Friday, we got over 451, but then came back in and closed under. Now, if you look at my screen, this was a big, massive bear flag consolidation right here. And you can see now, I mean, it looks like it's almost going to break out to the upside. And, you know, I would bet that this thing probably would break out and not going to come down and retest the bottom of this bear flag. This is a long time, in the making right here, this bear flag pattern, and now things are just breaking out to the upside. Not to mention this mini head and shoulder pattern inside the bear flag. But we all know nowadays, guys, I mean, yes, technicals, they work. I'm not going to say it does not work, but not working at this moment. You see a bear flag, a head and shoulder pattern, and guess what? Next thing things are breaking out to the upside, especially on big names. And now, Microsoft, if you look at my screen, if this thing can clear and hold 451, definitely due for a retest of this trend line here. That's going to be right here at 460. And over that, we're going back up to all time highs, 468. Now, if this thing cannot break 451, so far it's holding 447 as a support, closing right on top of this 5-day moving average. Only 447 gives up, then watch out for 443 and then 438. And below that, we can talk about possibly coming down and filling this gap right here at 432.47 on Microsoft. On AMD, it's down 2.83%. So same highs are breaking down, guys. Yes, some of the names like Broadcom was up on Friday, even though, earnings, they were not that great. They missed on a few things, but who cares? Thing just went ballistic on that one. And that actually took and helped Nasdaq 100 for that gap up and go in the morning. Now, here you can see clearly, and that is a massive red flags, right here, that, semis, big names like AMD and Nvidia. Nvidia, as a matter of fact, I did post that, video with my thumbnail where Nvidia actually showing head and shoulder pattern. But again, like I said, even on Microsoft, it didn't really work out. So until things break, don't go and just assume that, it's just gonna break down to the downside without a confirmation. Now, AMD definitely breaking down significantly, guys. I mean, you can see it came down to 125-ish here, and got under 25 and then went back up and barely holding 125 as a support. Now, if that gives up going into Monday's session, there will be more downside down to 122, 118, and then 110. To the upside, only thing I see if there is a bounce and this thing can clear and hold 129 to 130, in that case there might be a chance to come back up and retest or fill this gap right here at just under 138, and there will be strong resistance right here on AMD. On Meta, it's down 1.66%. So Meta also on a ballistic move to the upside. I mean, look at this move, 638. And we were talking about it last week in my video right here that it can go there. And boy, oh boy, this thing went up to 638, almost hitting 640, and then pulling back, giving it what, how much? Like 18 bucks and sitting at 620. So why is sitting at 620? I have no idea, no clue why this thing is holding 620 because it's under 623.34. So basically, it's under 5-day moving average, but also holding over 615. This previous resistance now will be a support to watch, and that is what Meta holding here, or well above that 615 level. So if this thing were to come down here and possibly will retest 615, that don't hold. That's not gonna be pretty. You're going to see it drop down to 606 and then possibly down to this trend line right here, which is going to be around 598 to 600, and then needs to hold for this breakout to actually play out to the upside. Otherwise, this is a fake breakout, and we might be pulling back in again inside this trend line. And if that happens, that is actually going to be a really bad move for the bulls, people that actually chased Meta here at 630 or 620. On Netflix, it's down 0.72%. So Netflix went back up to 925, and you can see now it's trading below 922 5-day moving average and trading at 918. So Netflix, there will be strong support right here at 908. Underneath that level, you're going to see it drop down to 904 to even 900, and then we have a strong support right here, rising 20-day moving average, this white line right here sitting at 895, I would say right here, just to make things even. To the upside, Netflix can break and hold 922. In that case, it's going back up to 936 and possibly even a brand new all-time high, which is going to be 953. On Amazon, stock is down 0.66%, so nothing big. And Amazon again going back up to 230, finding resistance there and then pulling back in and producing this doji type candle. And now if you look at my screen, it's slightly, just slightly under 227.56 5-day moving average. Now, going into Monday session, we cannot stay over this 227.56 range and cannot break $230. Then watch out, we might be pulling back in all the way down to 219 and possibly down to this gap right here at 214. So that's going to be a big pullback. If that happens, we actually never retested this breakout from previous all-time highs, and we gapped up and ran. So yes, things can line up if there is a pullback down here to close this gap at 214. Otherwise, if this thing clears and holds over 5-day moving average 227.56 and then takes out 230, in that case, watch out for another brand new all-time high, and that could be 235 to 236 and maybe even 240. On Google, stock is down 1.16%. So on my last video that I made 2 days ago, when Google was right up here at 196, and I said something, people that are subscribed to my channel, you guys can go back and watch it on if you actually remember. You already know what I said, that I'm going to take a short position early as tomorrow, which was Thursday. And boy, oh boy, did I get the chance to short at 196. I got, and that position, I also actually took day trade weekly puts that paid big money, and then swing puts that I got. Those are also up. You can see from 196 down to 191. That is a $5 move to the downside. Not bad for puts, especially when things are just gapping up and going higher. So, this trade idea was pretty much shared with my Patreon group, but nobody wanted, I guess, because people are not really looking into puts. They're just buying and chasing calls. Also, I did share with you guys my YouTube family that there will be short position, and I'm going to reveal that position going into that next video. And that is what I did right here. But I did say that I'm going to short. Clearly, I said it in my video, and you can see how well that actually played out. And I know some people, they don't go really buy long options and puts or even calls. They buy like week or 2 weeks out, and if you took that idea and bought maybe a week out or 2 weeks out, you already made good enough money right here on Google. It was getting really overstretched, and now you can see it's cooling off and not even holding this high right here, which is kind of weird that it's not holding 193 and pulling back in really quickly. So Google here still holding my position. Stop loss is at break even for the swings, and the day trade I took profit the same day. And now, if this thing were to come in, it can come in all the way down to 189 to 190. And underneath that level, that actually opens the door right here to 185 to 184. And maybe even fill this gap at 178 at some point. I have enough time. Now to the upside, there will be resistance at 193, and Google clears that, you're going to see a move up to 196 to even 200, and that is where I might go and add double my position right here at 200 plus on Google. On Tesla stock, it's at 4.34%. So let's talk about Tesla, Trump, and Elon Musk. Now, Musk is the richest man on earth right now, and Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates can do nothing about it. These two combined, not even worth money that Elon Musk right now have, or the net worth, $447 billion. He can actually buy one Bill Gates and one Jeff Bezos if he wants to, right? Now, he donated 50, what is that, 50 or $56 million to Trump campaign, and then, doing his job with Trump and making sure that this man back in the office, and he's doing his thing. And, now, do you think that 56 or 50, $1 million donation worked out? Well, really good worked out for him. I mean, boy, oh boy, look at this thing. $1.40 trillion market cap now. Just about 2 months ago was here, guys. Not nowhere near 1 trillion. And now we're talking about 400 plus and maybe going up to 500, because that is technically a breakout, right? And we all know that, upside technicals on any stocks, especially big mega cap, they work really well in this market. And now, because this thing broke out, and even if you go back and watch my videos from maybe last 2 3 weeks, you will see that I said, as long as it's over 400, don't short, stay bullish on it. And you can see what's happening here. It's staying over 400, just pushing higher to 436 and closing there, guys. Insane, insane move. So, $56 million donation, and now he's worth $447 billion, Elon Musk. So, that is something. That is somebody you want to look up to, especially if you're making money and you like to, make money, you like to become rich and, a profitable trader and all that. You got to follow this man, right? Whether you like it or not, he is the man, he is the guy. And however he's doing it, he's a genius. I mean, donating their money, Trump becoming president, and then gap up and go. And since then, I mean, what is the catalyst? Chevy's selling their cars, right? It's not about car company, guys. It's not about selling a car, a Tesla car. They're still not doing that good with the cars. Yes, the technology is better than GM and Ford and all that, but I grew up where these cars are made for a long time. GM and Ford, and yeah, they're doing a good job. They're not making bad cars either. Can they catch up to Elon Musk? Absolutely not. And why? Well, the tech genius, and then making these cars. That's not what actually making this man that rich, but this stock right here, guys. I mean, that is just absolutely insane. How this man, getting richer and richer by the day, and maybe one day before he dies, whether it's in Mars or California, wherever he lives, that this man can actually become a $1 trillion, man. Net worth could be $1 trillion at some point. So Elon Musk is definitely, if you like to make money and you're in the stock market or in a business, don't give up. Look up to Elon Musk. You'll get a lot more energy, because if it's the right thing to do, to make money, you need to look up to this guy because he's doing all the things in the right way, and just money just growing every day, every moment. Yes, it was kind of stuck right here, and people said it's trash, it's garbage. Tesla, I hate this stock. It's garbage. It's not going up. I'm gonna sell my shares for loss, and boom, it's gone. Last time it actually went up to 400. I actually got no long-term position on Tesla, even sold my swings. But this time I capped it, and I'm glad that I actually held on to my shares and did not let it go. And now that thing is up, like monster. So Tesla here, guys. What is next? Well, it is a breakout. So I'm not gonna go and try to short Tesla here. I hate shorting Tesla. Even Apple, I don't like to hold long-term short position on a stock like Apple and Tesla. Anything else, I don't care. I'm gonna try. If there is a chance, I'm going to try. But Tesla, day trade, if this thing, gets another push Monday, it likes to run Monday. If there is a push up to 450, that might be a chance to possibly open short position on Tesla, but not gonna hold too long, not gonna pay too much. It's gotta be cheap. So as long as it's over 429, it's still bullish. It can run up to 450. And if this thing does not hold 429, then watch out for possibly a pullback down to 5-day moving average, 414 to 415. And underneath that level, we might see a flush down to this high right here, 405. And then critical support will be down here at 400 on a pullback. Now, we actually never came down to retest this breakout right here. We got gap up and go. So at some point, Tesla would come down here. And if that happens, I think it's going to be totally healthy for dip buyers to go and buy the dip on this back test right here, or the gap fill reversal at 358. Nvidia stock is down 2.25%. So Nvidia, we do have this head and shoulder pattern right here. We got the head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder already formed, and now it's at the neckline. It's around 130, 132. Now, if that's out, this thing can come down easily down to, I would say, 118 right here. So Nvidia stock definitely not looking good. We got some chop back and forth, but at the end, it's coming back down to the support, and now it's holding at 134. There will be support around the neckline 132 to 130. But if that gives up, you will see a drop down to 126 and the next stop, and this whole move can play out all the way down to 118. Now, only way to avoid this, if this thing can break and hold 136 and goes right back up to 140 to 145 and gets that breakout over that, then it's gonna look more bullish and you're going to see continuation to the upside right here on Nvidia. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated going into Monday.